Yeah, because we ain't got no intro music and y'all can hear it. So welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. We joined by the team on a good Sunday. Bree, Nikki, June. Nikki, how you doing? How you doing? Like you see this top Nikki got on looking very nice. How you look? Girl, how you doing?
See, why?
Better
Why?
put on some
Why?
pasties or something.
Why? What you said?
Because you know what? I'm gonna tell you why, Nikki.
I'm just telling you, I'm just transparency here.
Because you gotta
No.
acknowledge, we gotta acknowledge our queens and our sisters and give them their flowers. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
it.
So I'm acknowledging you today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna acknowledge Bree here soon with her natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? So and me and June can just be regular men. I
I
want
need
to
a
get your phone so we can talk. You know what I'm saying?
Retired folks here.
Not yet, June. Not yet. You
not yet. Right. Slow down.
39 days till Sunday football. I mean Thursday football. 39 days. All right, Nikki, how you doing? You doing
Mika
good?
Fitzpatrick days.
Yes.
I'm good. And you?
Yeah. June, what's going on?
Who?
June.
Oh, June.
Oh, I didn't even say. I didn't hear you say my name. My bad. I
June.
thought you were talking.
My mic low. Hello.
No, you good. You good.
No, we can hear you.
Hey,
It's
everything
just
is
the
good.
person name that you said.
My bad. I didn't hear it. Almost felt like I got hit by Crawford, but no pun intended. Hey, it's a beautiful Sunday. The sun's out over here. You can see this is all natural light. There's no light from the fan or anything like that. I got the Vikings. Oh no, that's the Broncos. That's Sean Payton. You know, he's probably still talking
background.
He's still talking shit about the Jets.
He's still probably talking shit about Hackett and them. But anyway, hey, I'm happy to be here. Super dope. It's Sunday. Philly trying to get in. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm actually doing okay. I'm doing outstanding. Sunday, we get to talk some football. Bree, how are you doing today?
Good. Still trying to wake up a little bit. I was lazy this morning. Woke up at 6 and went right back to sleep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I hope I could be lazy one of these days.
I think that the sun drained me like so bad yesterday.
That sun do drain you. People don't realize going to going to one of them things like you went to a training camp, the pool, the beach.
And 110 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's like being in Bahrain on Liberty. You're gonna be tired when you get back there.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was fun.
All right, well, let's get it. I know we got a lot of topics. I know I put some stuff in there. You put some stuff in there. So
and June did.
And June did too. So who's gonna narrate today? Is it gonna be June?
June. June's gonna narrate his topics today.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started, brother. Let's go.
We're going to tag team this because we are a team. So we're
yes,
going to
yes. But June put topics in the notes, like round of applause for that because what?
You know,
what?
You know,
and it was before the podcast, not 5 minutes after the podcast ends. You know.
Hey, there was a lot of criticism last time. You know, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there.
There you go. So you go read his notes.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, hey, so check this out. This is my first note on here. Pretty interesting. So Nick Bosa and Zach Martin, right? They both sit out another week due to contract negotiations. And I know we spoke about this, and we've been speaking about this topic for a while now. Now, does signing a contract mean anything anymore to these players? Like, what are we talking about here? What's your take on this, Frank?
No, I agree with you. That you sign a contract, you play the contract. If you got a year left on your contract, you play that year. Now, if towards the end of the season, they haven't renewed your contract, then that's it. The problem is there's no repercussions for it. You know, these guys can make so much money that if you tell them, listen, you're gonna lose $20,000 a game, they don't care. You losing. I think somebody said one of these guys that they sit out is $500,000 a game or a week or something like that. If they sit out, and it's nothing to them. It's like, oh, it's no matter
what. $5 to them.
Yeah, exactly. Because most of these guys, they live off endorsements anyway and pocket their salaries. So to them, it's like, I just don't agree with it, man. I get it. You want your money. You matter to the team. I understand that. But sometimes the best thing to do is just show up and play. Let your play speak for you, vice you just sitting out and making it worse. Because it still causes a problem in the locker room. It still causes a problem with the organization. And when you guys work it out, people are still going to feel some kind of way that, yo, you sat out. Now
you act like a whole baby.
Yeah, and you're not practicing. Look, we're seeing
Yeah.
people get injured. Just starting to.
But that's my devil's
You're not
advocate.
practicing at
How
all.
about you get injured?
You're not getting that muscle memory back. You're not warming up the engine. You're not doing nothing to the body. And then, okay, so now they sign your shit the day before the game, the first week of the season. You come out there, the first block, first tackle, you pull something. Now you're out for the whole season. And now they gave you all this money for nothing. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it's vice versa too, Frank. How about they get hurt? And now they not even gonna they not really getting paid for it. I mean, it goes both ways.
But they're
Like I
under
agree.
contract right
Like
now. That's the thing. They're under contract right now.
Yeah, he wants he wants
know.
more money under the extension. They said that they're looking to have an extension agreement by August 10th for Nick Bosa, but he also stated 2 days ago that it would be a dream to play with his brother Joey.
So, but that's the thing. So say that then. So say that.
Mhm.
If you want to go play with your brother, then say, listen, San Francisco, I love what you guys are doing here, but I want to go play with Joey. I want to go to the Chargers.
I think it's you give me more money or I'm going to the Chargers. They got the money. The Chargers got the money for it. So it's like, give me the money or I go play with,
But now, how would that look?
But we don't care for Nick Bosa anyway.
Well, how would that look though? Nick and Joey in the same team.
I mean, football wise, that would be good. As a person, I don't care for Nick Bosa.
Oh, okay.
He's disgusting, and don't like people my skin color.
That's that college stuff, right?
No, like his first year, like when he was getting drafted. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's surrounded by a lot of people. Your skin
Yeah, I know. I hope he got a good little.
Or you're gonna be like Earl Spence getting knocked out.
Yeah.
You better stop doing Spence like that.
I think that, if they're under contract, right? Like they should still play, whether or you agree with you wanting more money or an extension or you have a contract negotiation while you're still under contract. It would be different if you were a free agent and you want an extension, or you're a free agent, you want this team to sign you X, Y, and Z. But you're under contract, put your fucking pads on and go fucking play, regardless.
I agree. I get it. It's a money game. People got to get paid. You're already under extension, right? I believe he's under an extension already.
Well, yeah, he is under an extension already, but he wants more money for the extension that he's under. So they're looking to have a new extension agreement by August 10th for him.
What's more important? Is it bringing people to the team so we can win, or me getting paid? And this is going to be a little off topic, but I've been hearing a lot of conversations about players that are taking less money. Joe Mixon restructured his deal. Is taking less money to stay on the team with a quarterback and a team that he thinks can go to the Super Bowl and win. That's smart. Aaron Rodgers gave back $35 million of his guaranteed money. 35.
You know who that money's for, right?
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. So you know what I'm saying? To me, it's you got people that are understanding the bigger picture. And the bigger picture here, do you want to win? Mahomes said right now, I'm worried about legacy and championships. I'll worry about the money later. I don't get paid as much as maybe I feel I should get paid. However, I'm winning Super Bowls. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. That is all that matters. But also, speaking of Rodgers, in Green Bay, Rodgers would ever take a pay cut for nobody.
No, and somebody said that Rodgers was trying to stick it to them. I agree. Look.
I told you, this is a whole new man. Like he
they drafted Love, and they didn't even talk to him about it. They didn't give him the heads up. Kind of what they did to Favre with him. He lost that love. That's disrespectful. That's like you moving your new boyfriend in while your current boyfriend's still living with you, and you ain't. Hey, so this is going to be the guy that's going to take your place in the next 2 or 3 years. Just to let you know. So I'm bringing him in.
We're testing out the waters. If you mess up, he gonna take me on date night.
I'm gonna bring him in when you fall out. Just let you know. But you're right, Nikki. This is what football is. However, look at the Saints. When the Saints was in the draft trying to get Patrick Mahomes, before the Chiefs moved up to take him. They called Drew Brees and said, "Hey, just to let you know, we're looking at drafting this guy, Patrick Mahomes. We're telling you because we don't want no problems. How do you feel about it?" He said, "No, that's fine." Because Brees knew his end of time was coming. And that's just a common courtesy. But when somebody doesn't even tell you, and you're sitting there watching the draft like everybody else, like, well, my team's gonna get a wide receiver because that's what I need. Oh, with the first first round pick for the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, quarterback. What? Like, did I just get injured? I don't know about it. You know, like, did I fall off a cliff and I don't know about it? So I just feel like, you know, he was done with them back then. But going back to the Bosa, Zach Martin, listen, people, you're under contract. Play it out.
Fun fact, Jordan Love is from Bakersfield and was here a couple of weeks ago doing a football camp at his old high school, which is one of my high schools.
That's good. That's nice. Look at that. I like when they go back and do stuff like that.
I'm gonna go find out who the football coach is there and just become best friends with him. Hey, let me know when Jordan Love coming back out.
You should talk to him.
You should, yeah, 100%.
I am.
Would, you know. All right. So moving forward, Jalen Hurts, Bree. I got this, buddy.
No, you know how Frank be like, "What's next, Bree? What's next, Jim?"
Oh, okay, I got it. You know. All right. So moving forward, Jalen Hurts, right? So he revealed the other day that he turned down the opportunity to be on that Netflix show Quarterback. I know you and Bree spoke about it before, and you gave me your intake on the other quarterbacks that accepted it. However, quote unquote, there's a lot of journey to be told, and there's a lot to unfold that will be told one day. That time will come, right? So he opted to get out or not to participate in the Netflix show Quarterbacks, right? Based on that personal decision. Me being an Eagles fan, I could go first or last, however you want. However, I was trying to get your intake on. I mean, if you're a popular quarterback, you know, you're coming from the Super Bowl letdown, and you turn down the opportunity to be on this quarterback show, which obviously it's a hit. You know, what is your take on it? What's your opinion? Do you think he did the right thing? Do you think his mentality is at a whole different place? Like, what are your opinions on it?
I'll go first. I think he turned it down because his focus is getting that team back to the Super Bowl and winning. And he doesn't want no distractions. Jalen Hurts reminds me of the guy, like, I'm ready, like I just want to work, you know, like no distractions, no media, no nothing, you know. But I also feel like it would have been dope for him to be on season 2 at the same time. That way we see his side of that season last year, him getting injured, you know, making it to the playoffs, going to the Super Bowl, and then just like his thoughts on everything, and then just seeing him as a person outside of it. Like, if you watch quarterbacks, like, you actually get to see the behind the scenes and actually see what these guys think and how they feel and what they go through at work and outside of work when it comes to being an NFL quarterback. And you gain a lot of respect for Patrick Mahomes and Kirk Cousins and Marcus Mariota. You know, everyone's saying he's a good, you know, quarterback too, and he's a bust. And, you know, he is a good quarterback too, but you actually, like, he doesn't give up and he tries, you know? And when you hear these guys' stories, it makes you gain a lot more respect for them. Not saying that no one has respect for Jalen. I think a lot, like, everybody has respect for Jalen Hurts, just the person he is. But if we would see more of him and get to understand him as a person.
So they were. Go ahead, Nikki. You want to go?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He's not the only one that turned it down. It was also Justin Fields, Joe Burrow. I want to say Dak Prescott too.
Mm-hmm.
And some people criticized them. They felt that, but not everybody can deal with the, like Bree said, cameras in your face. You got prepared for the season. The Herd gave Patrick Mahomes a lot of credit. He said Mahomes didn't shy away from it. He took it. He said, come on, he just had a baby, just built a new house, got a problematic brother that he has to deal with. But he welcomed it, and it didn't stop him. It didn't disturb him. And they feel that from what the consensus is, all three quarterbacks, Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and Mahomes, their brand has skyrocketed since that show.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirk Cousins now has a newfound base of people that love him because the show exposed who he was.
And especially like the Vikings fans that are like, oh, Kirk Cousins is trash, he's horrible, yada yada yada. Then you see like Vikings fans on Twitter after watching quarterbacks that gained a newfound respect for Kirk Cousins and all this other stuff, you know?
So I don't who are we to say don't I don't know if I would want a camera follow me around my offseason. You know what I'm saying? And everything that's going on. Maybe I agree with him. There's a story to be told. The documentary later on, maybe he could save that for that. But I say this: the people that were on the show, 3 quarterbacks, one won the Super Bowl, one went to the playoff, one got replaced. But it made their brand a lot better. It exposed them. You saw a different life. Like I felt bad for Mariota after watching that. You know, you come to Atlanta, you move your family from.
You see why I feel bad for him every time.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden
he just had a baby. 2 months later,
it's like you cut him, and then you get mad because he doesn't come to the facility. You know what I'm saying? You get mad because he's not. No, y'all did him dirty. You did him dirty. That team wasn't.
Didn't they get mad that his wife was giving birth and he was at the hospital instead of going to practice?
Yeah, something like that. It was but the thing about it is with the Falcons that bothered me is they weren't a ready team to go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanted him to make a 5-course meal with 2 ingredients. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. So I don't know. But again, Jalen, look, I don't know. The brand is good. It helps out. Would I have done it if I was him? Hell yeah, I would have did it. Would have did it hands down. But I'm not him. I don't know what he got going on.
I see where he's coming from, though. Like, no distractions. Like, my focus is Super Bowl. I don't want, no distractions, But I think also, they show a lot of their, private life on that show, too.
Yeah.
Jalen is a very private person, too,
So
maybe he's not ready, He's had the same girlfriend since freshman year of college or senior year of high school that he just put up, took a picture with her publicly for the media.
No, that's dope. I like that. I'm gonna say this for after everybody goes. So Nick, go ahead. Because I know I cut you off. I'm sorry. So you can go.
So I think it's a good thing you didn't do it. You gotta understand, right? Last 2 years ago, can't say last year, we were talking about, bro, Jalen got to do something. He got to show up or, move alongside. And then, he showed up last year and he didn't win the ultimate prize. Now, improvement was there. We often seen it. He didn't win the ultimate prize. It's not the time for us to sit down and talk. I still got to say in the lab, you understand what I'm saying? To win the ultimate prize. We don't want to keep talking about you did good, you did better, you did no. I mean, Patrick Mahomes could sit and talk. Look what he's earned. Look what he's gotten. You know what I'm saying? So okay, Kirk Cousins. We talked about it. We need to talk about it. It's not like he's a bum. And then Mariota was let me say what I gotta say. But Jalen still got work to do. This not the time for us to sit and talk, Once he get what he think he needs to be and win the ultimate prize, then we can sit and talk. I bet you he'll do it then. You get what I'm saying? What we gonna talk about? We had one good year. You know how many people, to include me, saying that good year was a questionable good year because they played. I'm one of those people that said that. What we gonna talk about? Because that's all people gonna talk about. We don't need to hear your story right now. Your story it's still written. It's still being written, right? So let me go to another chapter with the win, with the ring, with the ultimate prize. Then we can sit and talk. We can sit in and I can tell you some stories. So I think him not doing it right now is the exact thing that he should have done. Him doing it right now is as if he made it or if he does something. And I'm not trying to say that to downgrade what he has done, but I see his bigger picture. And the bigger picture right now, it's not finished being painted. That's all I got.
And I agree. I agree with not doing it. I think
Absolutely.
his mentality is at a whole different place. It doesn't take away from him being humble when opportunities for are presented to him when it comes to taking care of fans or whatever the case is. So he's not too good for that. But I think his focus is extreme. I think his focus when he wasn't as great and he was progressing was for him to be a better quarterback mechanically, accuracy, so on and so forth. And that's where his focus was, and that showed. And now his focus is like, hey, I want to get to a whole different level that I want to hit that home run. He came close, and it didn't go his way. So I don't know. I like the fact that he didn't do it. I think all these other quarterbacks, I'm not throwing shade on any of them, but I mean, Mariota, great person, but I don't think he's going to be a starter at another team, right? Mahomes, man, my man has MVPs and Super Bowl rings. He got a story to tell for forever now.
Right.
Kirk Cousins, I think he has an opportunity to win a Super Bowl, but not with the Vikings, not this year. I mean, you just lost Dalvin Cook, so that's a whole different story. So I don't know. I think it didn't hurt him at all. I mean, he got his contract anyway. So
it didn't hurt him. We all looking at him anyway. You get what I'm saying? We're looking at him anyway. Shit, he has put the Eagles on the map. On the map that we like, hey, you pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean Patrick was gonna get the thing anyway, the highlight anyway. Yeah, this thing he might have put him a little over, right? But he was gonna get it anyway. And Mariota got it because it opened just like it opened your eyes, Bree, and it opened your eyes, Frank. It had just opened eyes. That might just be another way to have a little bit of revenue. Not all the time. I hate to say this, right? Publicity is publicity, regardless if it's good or bad. And I'm not saying it's bad, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody looking for Mariota right now. So that kind of put him back on the map until the season started, and he gonna fizzle out again. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it like that because I thought he was all right.
So basically, okay. So now, I don't know. I was going to ask a question, but I kind of answered it because you gave your take on everybody else that did do it. Like Mahomes already had the 2 MVPs or 1 MVP and then 1 Super Bowl MVP, 2 Super Bowl appearances. But all the stuff he had going on as well, does it speak a volume about the fact that it didn't stop him, it didn't deter him? He allowed the cameras in, he still did it because he's still chasing stuff too, even though he has Super Bowl. Now he has 2. He's still chasing that. He to him, it's 7 to catch up to Brady and 8 to beat him. So my goal isn't to just win 1 more and that's it. My goal is to win 6 more on top of the 2 that I have. And he allowed him in. Do you think that shows a different level of dedication and professionalism, or how much better he is than the rest of them, that he could allow them in, give birth to a child, build a home, go through the ups and downs, his brother, being who he is, and all the distractions, and still go out there and win? Do you think that's what separates Mahomes from everybody else?
No.
Okay.
So you said yeah? You said yeah, Drew?
I don't think that separates him from, I mean, to me, everything that Frank said just proved one thing. There's no pressure on Mahomes anymore. There's no pressure whatsoever. So when you don't have that pressure, you could do anything you want. You know, he's not gonna catch up to Brady.
Right.
He is not gonna catch up to Brady. I'm sorry. I frankly don't believe so. And if he does win another Super Bowl or two, I mean, you have an MVP and you have at least one MVP and at least one Super Bowl. When you have those as a quarterback, I mean, you have more than a lot of these other great quarterbacks don't have. Cunningham doesn't have a Super Bowl or MVP. So, I mean, look at you. You know what I mean? And now you're amongst the greatest as well. And there's no pressure.
100% agree with June. I hate this word that I'm going to use, but you understand. Well, much is, what is it? Given, much is required, or how you say the thing, right? In a nutshell,
Well, I guess from
he is where he
is given, much is required, or something like that. It's like,
yeah, like it's something like that. So he has it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like we talk about, like, you know, sometimes I feel like, yo, so much pressure is on me, and it's like, yo, pressure is on you because we know you can do it. Pressure is on you because we know that you would still perform. Pressure is on you because at the end of the day, while people are still struggling, and we know you're struggling, you're gonna do it flawlessly. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And not to downplay all the other stuff he got going on, but it's low key like, I don't want to say you have to do it, but you know, it's sad because the people that does the most, it's like, okay, you know, they doing what they can, like, you know, they doing what we expect for them to do, right? And then people that don't have all that going on, when they do a little bit, it's like, yo, you see, he showed up. You know, he did the do, and it's like, bro, you know what? One of my coworkers, I almost said chief. One of my coworkers said, he said, hey, Nikki, he didn't say Nikki. Shut up. He said, you know, you're 100%. We see it, right? But you got to understand, the next person, 100% might only match your 20%, but we still got to recognize that it's their 100%. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say is, all the other people that's doing it, or all the other people that did it with him, that might not have a lot more or equal to what's going on like he does, that's their 100. Where it might be, it's only 30%. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, and it was a hard pill for me to swallow, but I understood it. And what I'm trying to say is, when we think like, oh, yo, he's giving 1,000%. Well, Mariota did it, and he probably don't have as much as going on, or, you know, half of the success that Patrick, but that still was his 100. So it's required. I hate to say required. I really don't feel like it is required of him. However, it is what it is. You up there, so we're gonna keep looking at you.
I think it was a good business decision by all three quarterbacks, to be honest with you. I think it was, especially for Kirk Cousins, I think he's the winner out of this whole situation. Because
I think Mariota.
Mariota's playing for the Eagles now. He's the best. So as long as Jalen can take him to the promised land, he'll get the ring that he never got as a starter. Hey, Tyrod Taylor got a Super Bowl ring. He was a backup. So at the end of the day,
and he will forever talk about it too.
Yep. And listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. When you Google that name, Marcus Mariota, Super Bowl winner. Did he start the game? Hell nah. No way, no how. But he got a ring. So, all right, well, that was a good topic. I like that one. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
I hate to admit it. I mean, look at McCoy. You know what I'm saying? 2 Super Bowl rings. LaShawn McCoy. 2 Super Bowl rings.
Fat. Hey, listen. That's real. That is.
He didn't even dress up for the last one.
Yep. He did. He had a hoodie on.
Yeah. Oh man. So I think this was Bree, this is your topic. Who put the Jets in there?
That was mine.
Okay.
No, so I added your last question with what Frank put because it goes together with the Jets and Dalvin Cook. So I mushed them together.
Right. It was for a reason, but it's okay. You know, team, unity, service, navigation. You know, write that down. Nikki, just give you an answer.
I hate him. He is the worst. Unity, service, and navigation. I hate him.
But shoot, this is Frank's topic right here, and
Frank
we
and
did
June's.
a team thing, a team thing. So are the
I
expectations for
mushed
the
it.
Jets,
Yeah.
right? Are the expectations
Almost
for the
out.
Jets too high? And to add to it, now that Cook takes a physical for the Jets and kind of makes everybody else interested in him all over again, makes him kind of relevant because he was kind of like. But anyway, to the first part of the question, do you think the expectations are way too high? And now that Cook is involved in the mix, does that put them in a whole different expectation?
It's funny you said that because when you had to leave because of that thunderstorm last week, when we were showing pictures, it was AFC quarterbacks under the most pressure this upcoming season. And Aaron Rodgers was number one. And we were like, we agree because of the hype around the Jets, the new team, all the weapons they have, the camaraderie, everything going on. People are going to expect them to win that division. So I do think that the expectations are high due to the fact that who their new quarterback is, all their weapons, the camaraderie, the difference in Aaron Rodgers versus how he was the last 4 or 5 years in Green Bay, taking the teams out to sporting events, having secret handshakes with almost every player on that team, them having all these good, crazy weapons. Like they have the defensive rookie of the year, the offensive rookie of the year. They also added Lazard. They might add Dalvin Cook now. Dalvin Cook did say that they're at the top of his list and the feelings are mutual. He's taken a pay cut, to potentially allow Dalvin Cook to come on that team, So I do feel like that their expectations is high with everything going on with that team during the offseason.
At first I thought it was pretty high. At first I thought it was high. I thought, man, playoffs, like I'm thinking just playoffs is good. I'm not saying they're gonna go to Super Bowl. And I don't think a lot of people are thinking that. Some people are saying that. But I think going to the playoffs, hell, even make a deep run in the playoffs is a possibility. And the reason I say that is because the reason I don't think it's high now is because of the next topic we're going to cover with Tua. And that's what made me ask the question. Tua could miss 4 to 5 weeks of NFL play if he gets one concussion. Even if it's a minor concussion. It could be a minor. He could do this, look. And they're like, oh, no, he's out 4 or 5 weeks. You know what that means to them in that division? Between that division and the AFC West, which is when Mahomes, Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos play, the East is one of the toughest divisions too. And now you're looking at the fact that if this guy took a pay cut for 35 guaranteed money. He gave back 35 million guaranteed money to an organization. Get Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Remember, he played Dalvin Cook twice a year. So he knows what Dalvin Cook can do.
Is capable of, yeah.
Yep. And they also, who's the other running back? Brees Hall, whatever his name is. They got. So now he knows I got 2 strong backs coming in. We know Dalvin can catch out the backfield.
I got what was that? Yeah, Lazard with me, Alan Lazard, right?
Mm-hmm.
I brought him with me. We have great chemistry. I also have the offensive rookie of the year, Garrett Wilson.
Back my check. They got a decent tight end. Now the offensive line was shaky, but I mean, listen, when they had a top 5 defense last year. And they could have won some games if they had a quarterback that could just get them over the hump. Kind of like Jameis Winston and Brady. Brady came in, protect the ball, you can go a long way. I'm not saying that they're going to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. But
they have a team that's capable of winning.
Yeah, if they don't make the playoffs, it's a disappointment.
It's kind of like the hype around them is like back in 2017 when the Browns drafted or picked up all those people and they looked like the best team on the planet, and it took them 2 years to make the playoffs.
Because it took a while to develop, But I don't know. I don't think expectations are too high. I think they're realistic now. With everything going on, before I thought it was too high. Now, I think it's realistic. I think if you're not going in there thinking we can go to the playoffs, Hell, they could win the division. So I looked up concussion protocol just to see. I don't think it's changed for the rest of the league. I think just specifically with Tua, because he suffered so many concussions last year, that they've taken an approach differently from him. They haven't updated it since 2022. So I think with him is different. But, bro, I mean, come on, man. We've seen the Bills screw a game away here or there, with Allen being wild and raw and throwing the ball everywhere that he want to throw the ball. So at the end of the day, look, I think playoffs is good. What about you guys? What you think?
Yeah, I could definitely see the team making it to the playoffs. The Bills is also a strong team, but they have a little bit of drama and tension with Stephon and Josh Allen and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that happens. What about you, Nick? What you think?
Well, I don't think the expectation is high. I think just knowing why they think or why people might say it's because of who the people are. But let me tell you, Bree or whoever, no, it was Bree that just brought it up. It was the same thing for the Browns that year, like she said. And they didn't perform. Like I just knew about 4 years ago that the Browns they were in there. And at the end of the day, even with all the talent, they didn't mesh well, or it took them some time to develop. I said it last year when we sat here and asked a question about Aaron and if the Packers were going to be successful or not, who fault it would be. I think he's taking a different approach. And listen, I know he don't give a damn what people think about him. You hear what I'm saying? Let's be honest. He doesn't. But I think he has to take a different approach now. He's with a different team, with different talent, right? And talent that we think is there. You know what I mean? If he doesn't produce, the talks are going to be more negative than positive. I had a conversation with a customer one day, and we happened to be talking about Russell Wilson, and not to just bring somebody else in. And she was like, "Oh, he's a franchise quarterback, but he's one with the Seahawks." And I was like, "Oh no, man! Like, I can't let you sit here and say that. If you're a franchise quarterback, wherever I put you, you should still show that you are a franchise quarterback, right?" So that I say that just to say the same thing goes for Aaron. So I don't think the expectation is high. We as the people have put you at a certain caliber. You must perform at that caliber because you have all the plays, you got all the players, you got the experience, you got the talent. Now what's up? No, it's not high. It's exactly where it should be.
Bam. Hey, she hit that right on the money. The expectations are right where they should be. I 100% agree. 100% agree. You wanted the entire Green Bay organization to wear Jets jerseys? You got that, right? Now you got the possibility of bringing the chef over there, Dalvin Cook. You're about to get that, right? You give up $35 million so you don't look selfish. Bam, that's good for you. Next time, join the Netflix show Quarterbacks and show. He needs to be on there. Well, why you bullshitting?
Yeah,
he needs to be on there. I want to see a little bit more of who he is, because right now he looks like a diva that's selfish, gets back $35 million.
Absolutely.
I promise he's getting that $35 million back somewhere. We're just not seeing
somewhere. Right.
He's getting that money back. We're just not getting it. Hey,
we are insane, Joe.
Hey, you are not getting $35 million just like that. There's no way.
Not Rodgers. Not Rodgers.
Yeah, not Rodgers.
Not Rodgers.
I don't think he's gonna get that $35 million back. He's not gonna ask for it back. I don't know.
The owner.
No. We're not saying
I don't hate him. I don't think he's a horrible person. Yeah, he comes off as a diva. But I think also, like, for example, that one podcast clip where he was talking about the Super Bowl, and they made it seem like, or he's talking about MVPs, and they made it seem like he is worried more about MVPs than winning. And I feel like the media like portrays him to be this villain, because everybody needs a villain somewhere.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, he's playing he's playing his own part. He doesn't want to be a villain. He want to be his own villain. If there was a villain, he was in there, and he was a villain, he want to be like a separate villain. Like, I'm a villain, but I don't want to hang out with you.
He wants to be the villain of the villain. The villains of the villain.
I don't think he has any bad intentions. So.
It's not always the intentions. You know what I'm saying? Look, there's one word that I despise in the United States military, and that word is perception. Her motherfucking perception. I hate the word, because it's where I see it, the way I see it. But perception is reality. If you haven't heard it, well, welcome to the show. I just threw it. I just gave it to you. He might not try to come on, but that's exactly how he comes. And he knows it. So no. I'm done.
I like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I like the founded Aaron Rodgers.
I don't dislike him. I think, I don't dislike him. I don't give a fuck about him. That's my truth.
So next, we have Frank wrote, Tua will miss 4 to 5 weeks, automatic if he suffers another concussion. I know we already talked about it, but Frank's question was, what does this mean to Miami's opportunity to make a run?
Absolutely. Listen, Tua leaves, their opportunity leaves as well. Okay? It is what it is. I had a conversation with somebody. God damn, we talk a lot about football. A conversation with somebody because, people want to be people and want to talk about the Jazz. But your whole franchise depends on this boy not getting hurt. You get what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, the quarterback does wear majority of the hat, right? There's pieces to the hat, and he got majority of it, right? But you know why it's so detrimental right now? Because they didn't address it and take care of it when it was something small. You get what I'm saying? We all know that first hit, that first game that Tua had, that probably would have been the time for them to be like, bro, just, you know what I mean? No, but they kept them out there, and then they progressed, and now your back is against the wall, and right now you got no bullets but that one. You got absolutely none. They should have taken care of it when it was just the first time. And I'm not saying taking care of it and it would have been done, but it wouldn't be so big and so drastic right now. It wouldn't be so dire right now. So
no, I agree.
But that also tell his O-line to protect his six. So
I agree. But I also think and if you guys remember in the offseason, they picked up a good backup, Mr. Stout and them hoes, Mike White. So if that was his phrase when he demolished Joe Burrow and the Bengals, Stout and them hoes. He'll forever be known as that. So he's a pretty decent backup quarterback, and he knows how to win games and everything. He has weapons, now on Miami. So if anything was to go down with Tua in Miami, I think that Mike White would do pretty decent. I don't think they're going to struggle as bad. That's just my opinion. I think they have a really, really good backup quarterback. I still think they would be competitive with Mike White if Tua does go down.
So Tua in 2022, I just bumped into this. Number 1 in yards per attempt, 8.9 yards. Number 1 in deep pass EPA for plus 0.92. Number 2 in EPA at plus 0.18 per attempts. Number 2 in first down rate, 38.5%. Number 2 in third down EPA attempts, 0.29, plus 0.29. Number 2 in passer rating at 105.5. Number 3 in touchdowns, 6.3%. Number 4 in the red zone success rate at 48.1%. And number 5 in success rate at 47%. So what that tells me, according to what I put in the notes, if he can't stay in the game, they out. They done. They done. I hate to say it, they're done. And
You
you're
don't
right.
have no faith in Mike White?
Huh?
You don't have no faith in Mike White?
Nah, I don't. No, I don't. There's not too many Brock Purdy's around. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many who was it? Nick Foles to come in and manage 3 or 4 games and win a Super Bowl.
Case Keenum.
Yep. Case Keenum, who had a lot of potential. Chad Henne that came in for one drive and down against the Jags in the playoffs. There's no, I agree with Nikki though. This is the Dolphins' fault for being short-sighted and not far-sighted. You know what I'm saying? For looking at the right now, look at him put his little ring on.
Okay, Jim.
So
from 2017. Let me go get 6.
Fact, right?
My bad. I didn't even know this was on.
Oh,
sorry.
Let me. I'm just gonna go put on 6
fingers?
random rings. I'm just gonna put on 6 random rings.
But I think this means a lot. It means a lot, not just for the Dolphins. I mentioned the Jets earlier in the division. They play the Jets late in the season. So what if the Jets are number 2 or number 3, 2 games behind, and now Tua gets hurt with concussion, he's out for 4 weeks and misses both games. Now the Jets can go in there and win. Not only that, what if, like I said, I think it was to Bree or to Nikki, I said on the phone, I said, what if this happens right before the playoffs? And he gets concussed, and now he's out for 4 games. That's the postseason.
Starting them hoes, Mike White.
Yeah, we'll see. But I do think that this has a lot of implications as to what is going to happen with this team in regards of how far they can go. Because without Tua, we already know how that looks. It doesn't look good.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Playboy.
Look at him, Bree.
What are those other 3 rings?
Sorry.
It ain't the Phillies and it ain't the 76ers.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my fantasy Super Bowl rings.
Oh, yeah.
Let me take them off. My bad. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen with I think that means a lot to so you know what, Nikki, he needs to know how to fall too. Some of them sacks.
Yeah, he needs to slide. He needs to learn how to slide.
Yeah, slide and just fall. Hey, can you get in the fetal position? How about that? Just get in the fetal position, curl up like a ball, and if they touch you, then that's a penalty.
No, I agree. Okay. Next, we have Jonathan Taylor requests a trade. So I'm going to read straight from NFL.com. After conversations with his owner's bus, Jonathan is looking for a motor out of Indy. He has requested a trade following a meeting with Jim Irsay on the team bus during Saturday's training camp session. Taylor, who is currently on a physically unable to perform list, wants a contract extension that puts him in line with the league's highest paid running backs, but the Colts have not yet made that contract offer. We're not trading Jonathan. End of discussion. Irsay says, not now and not in October.
Oh.
So because you want a contract extension that puts you as one of the highest paid running backs, but you were out all season last year and you're still not able to physically perform right now. Make it make sense.
So I sent y'all a clip from the Herd. I don't know if you watched it or not, but I did go on. The Herd is not jumping on the bandwagon of that running backs are being discredited, blah, 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 blah. So I went back while we was talking. I muted myself, and I wanted to get the actual clip. So we spoke about this last week and the week before, and I said that running backs either got to take the pay cut or adjust to the game how it's being played. The game is no longer one in the trenches running the ball. The game is won by throwing the ball. People are not scared to go across the middle. It's a passing league, not a running league. However, It doesn't help when quarterbacks accounted for 21% of the rushing touchdowns last year. In 2010, it was only 11%. Quarterbacks accounted for 16% of all rushing yards last year, most in NFL history. So the game has changed. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Justin Fields, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen. Mahomes can scramble. Burrow could run. Herbo could run. When you got quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, when he was running in his prime, could run and could scramble and get out there and do what they do. Guess what? I don't need a number one running back. So now you take that with the fact that he was hurt last year. He didn't play. He's not even ready to go now. And you're demanding more money. Make it make sense, people. Understand the times have changed. That's why Joe Mixon said, you know what? I'm going to take less to stay on this team. The only ones that got paid are the ones like McCaffrey, the Derrick Henrys. They got paid already. They got paid when it valued, but they're also unique running backs. You don't have too many Derrick Henrys running around. It's like you didn't have too many Adrian Petersons running around. So you guess what? You're going to pay the anomaly that's out there. But they're not, like they said, analytics and statistics show that paying running backs for a second contract is not good for the organization. It's not. So listen, and this also came in light to what Jim Irsay said about the current state of the running back position and the people not getting paid. The Players Association, they agreed to the franchise tag and what it was going to be. And every year has been going down for running backs because the position is not as important. It's not. And I hate to say it, but it's not. It's not as important as it used to be. It is not. If you get, why do I need to go pay Derrick Henry money to be on Buffalo with Josh Allen when Josh Allen could do what Derrick Henry's doing? But I'll tell you what, I'll give.
And I'm already paying him.
Exactly. But I go give, let's say a Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots that can get you 1,000 yards to do that for less. You know what I'm saying? Austin Eckler, TJ Husman-Sada said something. He said it's Austin Eckler's fault why these running backs aren't getting paid what they should get paid. And they were like, why? Because he came in the league, I think, undrafted, and he went out there and killed it better than most first-round pick running backs. So he proved that I don't have to pay you all this money. First-round pick is a fifth-year option. There's a difference in salary, too, when you're a first-round pick. Why am I going to give you all this money when I can go find one that's undrafted or late in the rounds and is going to do the same production behind a good offensive line, a quarterback that can throw the ball, and I got some wide receivers? Jonathan Taylor, you know why you went out the Colts? Because you know the Colts ain't going nowhere. Let's just be honest. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. That's man. Y'all are on it today.
And Anthony Richards is the guy they drafted, right?
Yeah.
He only played, one season? He doesn't have that much football experience. He's going to run the ball a lot. There's not, like you said, you saw Stetson throw the ball like crazy. Stetson played 5 years in Georgia. He has experience. 5 years, how many games they play in college per season?
16. They got to win 10 to make it to a bowl game.
But that 16 includes the bowl game and the championship, or that's 16 regular season games?
They have to play 16 regular season games.
Okay, so let's say on average 16, and they know they won it twice. So you know he went a deep run. He's played over 40 games. Experience is there. When you got a quarterback, like, who was it? Justin Fields? How many games Justin Fields played before, or was it Bright or Trey Young, bro, that played? Who's the guy from the 49ers? One of them quarterbacks that came out only played like one season, 5 games, and got drafted first round. Was it Fields or was it Trey Lance?
Justin Fields. No, Justin Fields started his whole college. Trey Lance. It was Trey Lance.
5 games he played and they drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
Bum. Ain't doing nothing now. So no, I think
he's taking pictures of Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Number 7th round pick, Mr. Relevant. Look, take the. Just be honest, man. You don't want to be part of the Colts no more. Just say that, because we're already proven. Look, it's not happening. Dalvin Cook's going to get the money he gets, not because they want to pay him, because motherfucking. What's our boy? Mr. Take Mushrooms. Aaron Rodgers gave back $35 million to bring him in.
Mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys ready for the next topic?
Bring
Hold
it.
on, I'm gonna post a picture. So Frank, I don't know if you knew this, but
Hey, really quick, Bray, my bad. I was on mute. I was talking to myself like an idiot. I was. But really quick. So Jonathan Taylor's stats last year were what? 861. I get it. He was hurt, right? At one point or another. So beast mode, whatever the case is, Damian Pierce, the Houston Texans running back, right? My man was drafted 107th overall with almost 1,000 rushing yards. And I mean, what are we talking about here, man? Have we even talked about Damian Pierce at all? At one point or another, we have in the very beginning during the season, but right now you have all these other running backs that are wilding out. When you have 107th drafted running back that's killing the game in his rookie season that we're not even talking about. And he's just playing out the contract that we're talking about all the time. Just play out your contract. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But just it's crazy, right? How some players are or whatever. But just really quick on the running back thing, I think it all falls on the team. If you you're stupid, Frank. If the team if the team requires a running back, then I think they're gonna pay for a running back. If you have a quarterback like Hurts or Josh Allen or a little bit more mobile, then you're not gonna pay as much, in my opinion. But if you have a pocket quarterback, you're gonna need that powerhouse running back. So you're gonna probably pay a little bit more than the others. You know what I mean? So I think it all falls on the on the direction of the team and what players they have in place.
Pass catching running backs. That's the market. If I can't run the ball, I can't do X, Y, and Z. I can't catch it. We're throwing the ball more. And if you cannot, that's why people like Kareem Hunt, I don't know why he's still out there as a free agent. Kareem Hunt can catch the ball. He can come out of the backfield. We've seen him do it in Kansas City. So why can't you bring him back? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. The game is changing. Running backs come a dime a dozen in the draft. And guess what? I just want one that can catch balls out the backfield. That's the check downs, the wheel routes, the screen passes, the shit like that James White used to do for the Patriots. You can do that for me, I'm good. We gonna win games.
Okay. So yesterday, free agent running back Ezekiel Elliott visits the New England Patriots. The visit went very well, and Zeke is still in town. And also, he was spotted at dinner with Mr. McCorkle himself. I'm sorry, this picture is the funniest picture. The views are crazy. Someone was like, it's that awkward tension to where they don't even know what to say. And then why are they sitting next to each other, not across from each other?
Bro, I didn't, at first when I saw this picture, I didn't realize that Zeke was sitting next to him. I was looking for him, like, where's Zeke? I see him. But
that's a zoom in picture. Mr.
Funny.
McCorkle and Ezekiel.
Yeah, no, listen. As the Patriot fan, does not excite me at all. Does not tickle my fancy at all. This does not do anything for me at all. I want to see another wide receiver. I want to see because we got two good tight ends, Hunter Henry and Gesicki. Somebody said that watching them play reminds them of a Gronk and Hernandez. I would love to see what that looks like because Aaron Hernandez was a beast. And Gronk, when he's healthy, was a monster. So, and we never got a chance to see them both together in the field at the same time. But Zeke, what's he gonna do? Like I said, he's gonna be like Jerome Bettis, and later on in the years, I come in when it's the red, goal line. When it's the red zone, that's when I'm gonna come in from. I'm gonna play from the.
But Jerome Bettis could do that because he had 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what are you gonna do? Like, what are you coming in to do? Like, really, what are you coming in to do? We got 2 running backs already. We got 2 good running backs. So, I mean, I don't know. This doesn't do anything. I don't know. The Patriots come back. Do something else.
That picture was, I think, the funniest picture I saw this morning. Next, Sean McVay says that Sony Michel let him know on Saturday morning that he is retiring from the NFL. It's funny because we were looking for Sony Michel yesterday at practice and didn't know where he was at. There you go. But yes, Sony Michel retires. I'm gonna look up his stats and then we're gonna see.
Actually, his Super Bowl that he won with the Patriots was against the Rams. He scored the only touchdown, and he went to the Rams and beat the Bengals.
Yep. His so career NFL stats: 3,243 rushing yards. He averages 4.2 yards per rush. He has a total of 18 rushing touchdowns, 56 receptions, 439 receiving yards, and then 2 receiving touchdowns. Career history: 2018 to 2020, New England Patriots, Rams in 2021, Miami Dolphins in 2022. He was part of the offseason / practice squad. Then the Rams picked him back up in 2022, or the Chargers picked him up in 2022, and he went back to the Rams this offseason and then retired. He got 2 rings. He's good.
Yeah, he's not gonna Hall of Fame.
No, he's not.
He got his rings. He's good. He came out of Georgia, right? He was a Georgia Bulldog.
He went to Tennessee.
Tennessee, really? I thought he was a Georgia Bulldog. All right.
No. I lied. Yeah, Georgia. Sorry, Georgia.
He came out highest prospect. Oh, we got him. He did his thing, but then
he played. He was the starting. I was reading it wrong. I saw Tennessee, but it said game against Tennessee. He was the starting running back for Georgia, and then he got injured during the Tennessee game, and then Nick Chubb was his backup, and then they started Nick Chubb entirely.
Yeah, he was all right. Congratulations on your retirement. 2 rings. You're winning, bro. You got 2 Super Bowls, and you actually did something in both those Super Bowls, unlike Shady McCoy. No shade. Go ahead. Next topic.
No shade. Okay, so Jalen Ramsey got injured during training camp. He had knee surgery 2 days ago, and he is out until about week 8 through 10.
Like Nikki said, he was getting smoked before he got injured. All this is going to do now is justify him getting smoked again. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's wild? They had like ESPN and stuff there at the training camp, and they were talking about it. And when they brought up Jalen Ramsey having surgery and getting injured, everybody cheered. All the Rams fans cheered. I was like, oh, you guys are horrible people.
Bruh, listen. Bruh.
He says that he'll be back and better, and he can't wait to come into the season after recovery to ball out.
Jalen was washed the minute
That's what he's supposed to say.
He was washed then. He left the Jags. Like everybody said, oh, while he was at the Jags, my back, it hurts. It hurts. The minute he got transferred over
he said it on the pivot.
The minute he went over there, oh, wow, they got better gyms over here. Oh.
No, remember, Fred Taylor was like, oh, so your back was hurt. And then when you got to LA, what happened? He goes, they had better trainers. Like my back just miraculously got back normal.
I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I don't. I think, again, I hope he gets better. I hope he gets well. I hate to see him get injured. And maybe we compare our careers too much to what people do because there is a contract involved and we do sign it willingly. And we're told that you got a contract, you got to do your job until the contract's over. These guys are all entitled little fucks. I mean, none of them understand the concept of what a team is. And the ones that do are the ones that take less money to maintain the team together to win or try to bring people in. You know, they know what the team needs. So I'm going to take less. I'm going to restructure a deal. You know, I hate keep bringing his name of Patrick Mahomes, 10 years, $500,000. It wasn't even really $500,000. And then later on restructured it in the middle of that to bring more people in. Jalen took his money early. Jay Herbo took his money early. All these people are taking their money early to keep the team together and bring people in and restructuring deals. And yet you're sitting here, oh, I don't want to play because my back hurt. Or, bro, you got smoked in the playoffs. You got smoked in that Super Bowl. If it wasn't for Aaron Donald getting through that line and sacking Joe Burrow, he would have hit Jamar Chase for a walk-off touchdown, and it would have been the Bengals Super Bowl, and you would have lost. You would never got a ring. So stop. You were getting smoked all playoffs. This is going to be another excuse. You know, just coming off injury. Whatever. Just quit. Retire. You got a ring. You made money. Go home.
Speaking of injuries, Joe Burrow also got injured, hurt his leg. He's expected to be out a couple of weeks, they say, throughout preseason. So I hope he has a speedy recovery as well.
That's the person that.
Yeah. Something TJ Humanzada said on Speak. He was like that. He had a sleeve on that calf already. So there was something wrong with that leg already. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh,
but that's the same leg that he had his ACL surgery. It's not. It's the different other one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Yeah.
TJ was like, yo, listen, he clearly had something wrong because look at how they had a sleeve on it. They had a sleeve on it. So maybe he shouldn't even be out there playing, bro. Like people like Burrow, look what he did last year with no preseason. He had no preseason last year. He struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season because remember that's like his preseason, but they still went to the AFC Championship. So I mean, does he really need? People like Burrow, Mahomes, maybe even Jalen in that category. They don't need to play and be out there doing a bunch of shit. They just need to go out there, warm up, get the reps in, and that's it. Don't be sitting here trying to make them do more than what they had to. Because guess what? When you lose them, like you just lost Burrow, for the whole duration of camp, at least. Guess what? Now you asked out, and the Bengals is just like the Dolphins. No starting quarterback. They ain't going nowhere. You might as well give him another trophy because they're not going nowhere.
Speaking of Herbo, because you brought him up by accident, Joe Burrow signs a 5-year, $262.5 million extension with the Chargers. Justin Herbert's 5-year extension includes $133.7 million fully guaranteed, $193.7 million with the injury guaranteed, and the spring and potentially to $218.7 million guaranteed. So the total for new guaranteed is $185 million. Now, by extending Joe Burrow, the Chargers lowered their cap number from $25.5 million to $19 million.
Burrow, but it's
Herbo, you mean?
Oh yeah, Herbo. What did I say?
Burrow.
Oh. So throughout the 3 seasons that Justin Herbert, like me and you were flipping words, has 14,089 passing yards, most through players' first 3 seasons in NFL history, 94 passing touchdowns, second most through first seasons in NFL history. Dan Marino has 98. And then 64 total QBR, 4th best in NFL since his rookie season in 2020.
He's setting records. Chargers.
He set 2 franchise records, and then he set 3 records in the first 3 seasons.
And they expect him to go up more. I think they got Kellen Moore now, right? Over there as offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So they expect him to do a lot better. That's been the talk on some talk shows as well, is him and him getting all this money and expectations. you know, the lead they lost to the Jags, they blew that lead. People were talking about if he could have just got more first downs and you know, got whatever. But that was his what, second or third year in the league?
That's his third. That was his third year in the league.
Yeah, that was his third. I mean, people blossom at different times, and we've had this conversation before. Is coaching matters. You know what I'm saying? If I got a young quarterback, you know, look at the difference between 1 year with Super Bowl winning head coach from the Eagles.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson did for the Jags.
Peterson, Super Bowl 52.
I did say that. I said Super Bowl winning head coach, June. Relax.
You missed the 5-2 on there.
Yeah, okay, 52. All right, fine, 52. Look what he did down in Jacksonville in his first year. And look, a lot of people got Jacksonville being the number 1 seed this year. So, you know, great coaching. Hopefully he does good.
So, Chargers currently have 4 players with cap numbers over 30 million in 2024. You have Mike Williams with 32.5 million, Keenan Allen with 34.7 million, Joey Bosa with 36.6 million, and Khalil Mack with 38.5 million. I forgot they picked up Khalil Mack.
Yeah, me too, until you just said it.
You know what's interesting though about the Herbo thing? It just can't get over it, right? I mean, he set franchise records. That's cute. You know what I mean?
And NFL records. Don't forget that
right?
too.
Let's talk NFL records. Let's talk about accomplishments or whatnot. I mean, to be the highest paid quarterback, I mean, my dude, you were up 27-0 and they came back and knocked you out the playoffs. What could you have done different, right? Let's knock a little bit of that money down. Sure, I mean, if we want, we could peel the onion on this guy. Yeah, he has some good stats or whatever. Probably a good guy. If Tyrod Taylor's lung would have never been punctured, we would have never seen him probably, right? But that's a different story. I don't know. I don't know if being the highest paid quarterback.
That's debatable.
Is the thing. What you mean? If Tyrod Taylor would have never, well, he was injury prone, always kind of have been, but that's a different story. I don't know.
That's why I said that's debatable because he was always injury prone. So
yeah, that's good for him. I could just imagine that pen just puncturing. You know, it's just painful, just painful.
So I must say this. I've argued quarterbacks getting paid and they haven't done anything, right? And when we say anything, I'm talking about winning the big, going to a few AFC championships or conference championships to put it all together, and or divisional titles, be in competition and be the name to be mentioned. I'm only celebrating him getting paid early. I think it's smart for the team. It's smart for the team. What I see in the AFC right now and in the NFL, let's just say, AFC, we all assume the Chiefs are always going to win it because they're the most consistent team right now. They're the most, when I say consistent, I mean, they got the camaraderie going on. They got the head coach. They got the star quarterback. They got one star player, which is Travis Kelce. And they've already proven that they can plug and play and they win. They can still win. Whether that is that they just outlast, whether that is that it's all mental, kind of like a fight. I'm giving you everything I got and I'm punching you with my hardest punch and you're not even being dazed. So after a while, I kind of give up and now you take over. It could be a little bit of luck, you know, like getting pushed out of bounds with only 5 seconds left on the clock and give you an extra 15 yards for a go-ahead field goal to win. Or a hold on a wide receiver that had no impediment. It didn't impede in his route. It didn't stop him. He wasn't going to catch the ball anyway, but now you get automatic first down and, you know, the game's over. But there's a lot of competition. And we've seen on any given Sunday, anybody could win. Like you said, 27-0 lead. The Jags stayed where they needed to stay. And the Chargers went down. We've seen other teams come back, you know, down 2 or 3 touchdowns and win it. So there's so much competition that I don't feel comfortable saying that the Chiefs are automatic Super Bowl contenders. Oh, they're going to go to the Super Bowl every year. So you want to pay him, but they play in the same division, and his success hasn't been great. So like where I agree, June, is like, oh, you got all these records, you know, franchise records, NFL records, but what has that equated to? Because the guys you're going up against, the Burrows, the Mahomes, the Allen, the Lamar Jacksons, you know, Deshaun Watson, hopefully he comes back to his form, the Russell Wilson who has a Super Bowl. You know, what does that look like if you can't get your team past that hump? And a lot of people are saying is, you couldn't even get a first down against the Jags to keep them off the field in that second half. So I agree, pay him because it's smart for the franchise. But I also feel like what have these quarterbacks, and I'm biased, you know, I'm probably Bree can agree, you know, when you have a franchise quarterback, like Nikki said, and they've winning Super Bowls and they're doing great, but they don't even require all this money, or they're not even asking for all this money. Why does a person that hasn't even made it past the first round, like the wild card of a playoff, demand all this money? So that's just me.
All right. Training camp started this past weekend. We also see a lot of people getting injured during training camp. I went to the Rams training camp yesterday. They're not tackling or anything. I feel like with fans out there, a lot of these injuries are coming with, you know, wanting to put on a show for the fans, X, Y, and Z. But yeah, if you are near a NFL team, look up their training camp schedules and you should go. Tickets are free. They have training camps all the way until the middle of August, weekdays and weekends. So I recommend attending one. It was very fun and you get to see players. That was just my little training camp sponsor. Just some really quick news. We didn't add into the notes, but Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray doesn't have a timetable for his return from the ACL injury he suffered in December, but is taking rehab and approach to make his 2023 debut one day at a time. But there is no set date on when he will return.
I heard they're dropping a new Call of Duty game here soon, and he probably doesn't want to come back to after.
Oh my God.
He's played that a few
No,
times.
they are, because Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj are in it now.
Yeah, so you know, Kyler, I'm over Kyler, man. I'm so over Kyler. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I know June couldn't stand him, but I definitely was giving him the benefit of the doubt as far as, man, you know, you could be better. Kind of rooting from the underdog in a sense. And I just feel like he's a disappointment. I'm sorry. He's a disappointment. He should have played baseball. He's a crybaby. All that.
This is just a quick little shout out. 49ers hired former NFL standout running back Frank Gore to join their front office as a football advisor. So shout out to Frank Gore. I thought that was pretty good news. Also, some great news. After battling leukemia and missing his rookie season, wide receiver John Mitchie has been cleared to participate in the Texans training camp. So that's amazing. And
I've seen it. That made me smile.
That is that's good. I think that's dope. I like seeing those comeback stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Ava.
Yeah, of course, because we always want to see people come back. We don't want nobody leaving or going on. I hate to say a bad note, but you know, like at the end of the day, yes, it's a sport. Yes, we're competitive. Yeah, we like certain people more than others. Of course, we'll support our team, but these are still individuals. I mean, these are still human beings. And, you know, we cherish people just for being a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of the Texans, I put this in there because I thought it was pretty cool, like a pretty cool story. And we haven't really covered any of the new head coaches during this offseason. We haven't really heard from them. But the Texans' new head coach, DeMeco Ryan, states that he loves it in Houston. He loves it there. I'm gonna read this quick little article. It says, starting your head coach career isn't easy to do with a team that finished one game away from top overall pick in NFL. But since hiring in January, Ryan has seemingly turned things around in Houston. That uplifting attitude has been both noticed and adopted by the team's veterans as well, who have spent their practices working with the younger players to make up a significant portion of Houston's revamped roster. And to DeMeco, that's top priority. He says it's very important to have veteran leadership. We have a lot of young guys on our team, and there's a lot of players who need an example of how things should be done. Also, he states that, sorry, my phone is messed up. He says that Case Keenum is a good, they picked him up during the offseason. He's a good role model to CJ Stroud. Also, running backs Devin Singletary and new tight end receiver duo Dalton Schultz and Robert Woods have been playing a big role to the younger stars. So he's excited for September 10th. He's saying that the team has a good turnaround, and that I think that's positive. He's a new head coach in the NFL. You have these veteran players who really didn't have too much to give on their previous teams that they picked up. They picked up a lot of good people in the offseason and in the draft. But the fact that there's camaraderie between the veteran players and these new players, you guys are working as one, that says a lot, especially you have a lot of pressure as a new head coach, especially with a team that struggled like the Texans did. Seeing that camaraderie and hearing about it, and the coach, having faith in that team, I think that's a big W.
I think it is, and him feeling how he feels comfortable with the team, I think is awesome. The Texans, like we said, they got enough money to draft a whole nother team. You know what I'm saying?
They picked up like 80 players, drafted, had like 3 first-round picks.
They still got about $100 million in cap space. Look,
Yeah.
They're in a good spot. I don't expect. So here's the thing. I'm realistic. I'm not going to expect them to go far this season. If they go to the playoffs, I'll be surprised. They're in the South. You got the Jags coming back very well put together. You got the Titans still there, but they have no quarterback. We know that already. And who's the other team in the South? The Colts?
The Colts.
Yeah.
And the Texans. And the Titans.
So So to me, the two best teams probably, it probably be Jags 1 and then probably Texans right after, well built. And I'm putting Jags up because they're getting Doug Peterson back for a second year. And Calvin Ridley's coming off suspension. They've been showing him running routes. He looks pretty good out there. So I'm expecting them to take the division because of the consistency they have on their part. But the Texans could surprise and make the playoffs too. They don't have to win the division. They could be a wild card. They put it together well,
So,
go ahead, Nikki. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The Texans, you know what? If you want me to be honest, I actually want to see them do well. I want them to be competitive. I think they low-key deserve it. I'm not finna. Look, they in my division. Am I gonna say and be like they're gonna beat the Jags? No, that's the truth. However, I think that they can be competitors for the Jags. I think out of all 4 teams, and not to include mine, so it drops it down to 3, I think the Texans have a good shot. I think last year they didn't have all the pieces, and look what they did. They didn't they low-key towards the end became the Lions, where they actually put up points. They were playing, they just couldn't win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So for me to see him be like, I'm just going to dismiss them, it's not fair. I also feel like it's their time to kind of start to polish. I didn't say shine. I said polish, because right now the Jags are shining, So I want to see it. I also want to see it because since I've been watching football, the Texans have, they always been down there the first year, 2017, it was us. And then after that, for since I've been paying attention, they either came in last or third place. Like they haven't left those two positions in the last few years. So for them to even climb up to make second, that's so disrespectful. But to make second, I think it's time.
I think before the 2017 season for you guys, in 16, they made the playoffs because they played the Patriots.
I started watching in 17.
In 2016, I'll tell you right now, because I want to say I was back in New York and I had went to the airport to pick somebody up and they were playing. I want to say they played the Patriots, man. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, since I've been watching it, you know what I'm saying? They haven't had the opportunity to come. So
Yeah.
I think it's big time.
Because you guys, that was 17 for you, right? The 17 season?
Yeah, it was 17 for us. It might have been, they might have did something in the 18, but I can't remember. If I can't remember it.
I want to say, because remember when Deshaun first came on the scene, Deshaun was killing the game. I can't remember what season it was. I would have to go back and do research. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, like you said.
A little bit of research. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
They haven't done much in years.
It really doesn't.
But everybody goes through the ups and downs, so we'll see how they do.
Frank, I just saw what you posted. I didn't get a chance to see what Aaron Rodgers' response was, but yeah, Sean Payton does take jabs at the Jets, and he also took jabs at the Broncos' old staff. He said that Sean Payton says that he's going to be pissed off if they're not a playoff team, and Russell Wilson was working with one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL last season. He also took a shot at the Jets, and he says the only whining they're going to have is in the offseason. We're not doing any of that. The Jets did that this year. You watch Hard Knocks, all of it. You can see it coming. So yeah. I didn't see what Aaron Rodgers' response to that was.
He called himself, called him insecure. Sorry. Called him insecure because of a comment he made. So Sean Payton already went back and said that, he apologized for the comments he made. He said that the reason he forgot that he was a head coach and had his commentator's hat on. So when asked the question, instead of him taking the head coach approach, which is, I'm not going to speak about anybody else, he took the commentator's approach, which is, it's not all Russell Wilson, the head coach sucked. Listen, Sean Payton has a very good career. And he got a Super Bowl ring with the Saints and Drew Brees, and he's very respected. And I have no problem with what he said. I really don't. He's the head coach there now. He spoke his piece. Nathaniel Hackett didn't do a good job. Was it Hackett? Yeah, it was Hackett. He didn't do a good job. We already know that. And you made Russell Wilson look below mid. Way below mid. Now, with that being said, if Sean Payton's there and Russell still looks below mid, then is it the head coach or the quarterback? But there was a lot of distractions, a lot of different things. A lot of people criticized who was it? They criticized the coaching, and they said that they gave the players too much. They gave the players too much leeway, too many perks, different things. There was no discipline. There was none of that. So, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, Nikki, 2016, Texans beat the Raiders 27-14 in the wild card, but lost to the Patriots 34-16 divisional round. And then in 17, you guys went up in this thing. So, yeah, like the year before you guys took off, they had a good year. But after that, they ain't done nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since I've been watching it, I ain't started watching in 2017. They've been bottom of the barrel. So, I think it's time. It's time for them to try to climb up.
So do you
Let the Titans go down there.
how you feel about Aaron Rodgers standing up for taking stabs, like being the big brother, you know what I'm saying?
Clap back. Like, I don't care. Like, once you throw jabs at somebody, they have the right to clap back, Like, they didn't say nothing to that man for him to bring him up, And like, you should have just kept talking about Hackett and how they had the worst coaching, ever.
Yeah.
So more period. I love a good clap back. I'm all for it. So next we just have quick pictures and then we have a game and then we're done.
Okay, let's rock.
Okay. So let me do the pictures first and then I'll explain the game after the pictures. Just quick pictures, that's it. Okay, the first one we have, I just clicked them randomly. Okay. Oh, can y'all see that? Oh, it failed. Hold on. Let me try again. It's saying screen sharing failed. Let me try one.
It has all participants
Yeah.
in there.
It's failing.
I don't know why.
Okay. I haven't made it finish what
Try like taking off the participants and then putting it back on.
All right, hold on, let me see. All right, go ahead.
Let me try it one more time. Nope, it failed. Again, hold on. Let me try to come out and then come back in.
Why can't it? Okay. I think it's her shit.
I don't know why my things are like the way they are.
Oh.
We're experiencing some technical difficulties.
Yeah, the production
Please
staff.
stand by.
Please stand by.
Get it fixed.
Okay, there we go. All right. So the first one, pick a Mike to coach your team. You have Mike Variable, Mike Tomlin, Mike McDaniel, and Mike McCarthy.
I'm going Tomlin.
I'm picking. Okay, go ahead.
No, I said Tomlin. He got his record speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? So for me to go with Vrabel or anybody else would be kind of crazy. Even though Vrabel,
Shit.
that's the homie. Caught a few touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm torn between those two.
Rabel's on an 8-game losing streak.
Who is?
Rabel.
Yeah. But is that really his fault or this quarterback?
I mean, eight games? Shit. Maybe like 2 or 3 games I blame the quarterback, but 8? Good Lord, bro.
Nah, I go Mike Tomlin, man. That's Mike Tomlin.
Sames.
I agree.
Well, you gotta pay respect where respect is due, right? So it gotta be Mike.
Yeah. At least I'm gonna end up at 500 minimum,
Yeah.
All right,
Listen.
Start bench cut. You have sorry, go ahead, Nikki.
No.
Start bench cut. You have Trayvon Diggs, Marlon Humphrey, and Darius Slay.
Slay.
Humphreys. Bye.
I'm starting Humphreys. I'm keeping
He is lying.
No, I'm starting Slay, bench, and Humphrey, cutting Diggs.
Okay, June. Let me ask
Marlon Humphrey is a beast.
June. Where was Slay in the Super Bowl? I'll wait.
He was there.
Yeah, did he stop anybody?
Gannon. Hello.
No.
Gannon.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. He is on the field. He is on the field. If he's going to be one of the best corners in the league, and we're going to put him up there with the Steve Gilmore's, what's my man, the Island, Revis. You've got safeties like Palomalu and Ed Reed. You're going to put Dawkins. You're going to put him up there with all these corners, all these secondary players in the backfield. He don't need a coach to tell him when to do the play. He don't.
All I know is that Humphreys didn't play the Super Bowl game.
It don't.
Neither did Diggs.
Listen, you're right. He didn't play.
Just saying. All right.
Just saying. But when your boy's in the Super Bowl, he might as well just been at home.
Gannon, I tell you, I ain't gonna say it, man. Gannon had him playing. He was part of the D lineman, man. I mean, good Lord. Did we freeze?
No, I'm just.
Sorry, y'all. I have to cater to my puppy real fast. All right. Did everybody go?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. So I thought this was pretty neat. So these are the top 5 quarterbacks from each draft. You have 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, and 2016. So would you make any swaps when it comes to these standings for the years, right? So for 2022, at number 5, Malik Willis, at number 4, Bailey Zappi, at number 3, Desmond Ridder, at number 2, Brock Purdy, at number 1, Kenny Pickett, 2021, 5, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, David Mills, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, 2020, Jordan Love, Tua, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, 2019, Drew Lock, Stidham, Gardner Minshew, Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, 2018, Mason Rudolph, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, 2017, Beathard, Joshua Dobbs, Mitch Trubisky, Watson, Mahomes, and in 2016, Driscoll, Brissett, Wentz, Goff, and then Prescott.
So I would change Purdy over Pickett because
yeah, I would too.
I would definitely do that. Everybody else can stay where they're at. I would do Lawrence, then Mac Jones, and then Justin Fields. Burrow.
You're right back.
I think 2020 is perfect where it is.
Yeah, because Burrow been to the Super Bowl before Love, and Love went to the Super Bowl after, and Herbo. Yeah, that's fine. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Gardner Minshew, Jarrett Stidham, and Drew Lock. I want to say that Jarrett Stidham has a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots. I don't think so.
He does.
He does, right? So I would automatically put him as number 1 because he has something the rest of them don't have. But if I was being realistic, I'd probably put Daniel Jones above Kyler Murray. That's just me. I mean, he just got paid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he actually did pretty good last year. Then honestly, 2019 could stay where it's at too. But I do feel like if you're gonna move anybody around,
it'll be 2022.
Yeah. Now 2018. See, this is tough because Lamar Jackson's one of 2 players with a unanimous MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Allen doesn't.
I would put him over Josh Allen.
Correct. I would. Maybe after this year, we can talk about moving 4 up to 3, depending on what happens. Mason Rudolph's a clown. Mahomes right where he needs to be at. Deshaun Watson's fine there. Joshua Dobbs looks weird. Now I would put Jared Goff above Dak Prescott in 2016, and I would move Carson Wentz to number 2. And Jacoby Brissett has a Super Bowl ring too. So I mean, hey, but if we're going to talk about starting quarterbacks, it should be Goff, and then you can argue Wentz and Prescott, but I'm gonna go Wentz then Prescott. That's me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
Nikki?
All looks great.
She don't care. As long as Sunshine number 1.
Well.
So we did AFC last week,
well.
and then this is NFC this week. So NFC teams by category: quarterback, Hurts. Do we agree?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Running back, McCaffrey. Yeah.
Actually,
Jay Jettis as the wide.
I don't know about O-line. O-line.
Wait, we're not there yet, Frank.
I'm sorry. I'm be quiet.
Wide receiver, Jay Jettis. Yeah. Tight end, Kittle. Yeah. O-line, Eagles.
No, 49ers O-line.
Okay.
They had the only rated 99 play overall in Madden.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best
So
offense.
June, this is, I don't know if you were here for AFC last year or last week, but this is NFC teams play category. And Frank doesn't agree with the Eagles have the best O-line in the NFC.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That he's
You
wrong.
agree that they don't?
That I'm wrong? You're crazy. I'll be right back.
So he says 49ers.
Mhm.
So D-line, we have Eagles. Do we agree with the Eagles have the best D-line?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Linebacker. Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
They have cornerback, safety. Now, see that do you see the safety part is I'm a little torn, like when it comes to safety, you know? I don't it's hard, you know? What do you think?
I mean, Buda Baker's a beast. You know what I mean?
I like Buda Baker, but he's also injury prone, you know?
Oh, Buda Baker.
He's a monster. I don't know.
No. Okay, listen. I'm not saying he's not. I don't know. Like he's just, you know how somebody that has, I hate to say peak, and you know what he's doing for me? Sustaining superior performance. Like he ain't, you know what I mean? He's sustaining superior performance.
Because you could put
Like if somebody could just do a little bit more, he'll be a person of the past.
You could do President Jamal Adams or CJ Gardner-Johnson. The best team over on the NFC, they have so we were just talking about Buda Baker being the NFC, the best safety in the NFC right now.
Mm.
You could say President Jamal Adams, you could say CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Buddha?
Oh, that's what I said.
You pulling out a wedgie, Frank?
That's what I said.
My clip on for my thing. So I keep it away from the speakers. There's no feedback. I'm trying to practice how this is gonna look when you guys come. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna have the mic. I just want to make sure we all are looking professional. Honestly, my only issue with this is the offensive line. I mean, what are we talking about? The highest paid offensive linemen on the 49ers, not the Eagles. What? Because the Eagles run a formation.
We've moved past that point.
One yard line to get a touchdown every time, and they try to ban it. We're gonna give them the number one O-line. Come on. Didn't he get sacked in the Super Bowl by one of the worst defenses in the league at the time? The Chiefs defense wasn't even number 10 in top 10. Wasn't he getting his booty touched? I don't know. Offensive line. Jalen.
Are we gonna talk about the grass again? The turf? Are we gonna mention any of this
We're
stuff?
not talking about the grass, bro. We're talking about the offensive line protecting.
Gannon.
Listen.
Gannon.
Listen.
But I'll play devil's advocate too. That offensive line had Brock Purdy look like mashed potatoes all over that field.
Yeah.
Hurt Jim. That offensive line didn't protect Jimmy G and didn't protect Trey Lance.
Yeah, that they still got the best offensive lineman in the league. So I mean,
the 49ers?
Yeah.
I mean that O-line cost 3 quarterbacks to go out the game in one game.
We're gonna move on.
So we're gonna say the best team in the NFC is what?
The Eagles, hands down.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. You need a quarterback to run a 2-minute drill. Who are you choosing from this list? I'm going Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic.
Yeah, that's who I was going. That's because that's the only person I know for besides Jerry. Oh, Case Keenum.
Man,
You can also go Case Keenum from the Minneapolis
Yes,
Miracle.
yeah.
I'm going Jake Delhomme.
I was thinking about him too.
He
Jake.
He went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback. Cutler.
Yeah.
Nope. Jake Plummer. Nah. Matt Castle. Nah, yeah. I'm gonna go Jake Delhomme.
June.
Sorry, the damn dog. I mean, the beautiful dog that I have is amazing. See, I would have to say Jake Cutler. Hey,
Oh my God.
He went
his ass.
All right, $100 million on the line to complete one task. So, someone offered you $100 million. Would you block Aaron Donald and complete it, Donald, for $100 million? Catch a Hail Mary touchdown over Sauce Gardner or tackle Saquon Barkley? Which one do you think you can achieve?
Tackle.
tackle.
I think
Yeah.
tackle. I don't know. I'm little though. I can't jump. I can't catch a Hail Mary pass, and I'm not blocking. I'm not blocking Aaron
All you
Donald.
gotta do is trip him up and touch him. If you're the one to touch him and he falls, that's a tackle.
Yeah,
Tackle's your best
I think the
bet.
tackle.
And tackle's the easiest goal, yeah.
Because ain't none of us
Crazy as hell.
not on the line. No.
Right. Look, you could go. Go ahead. Go on now. Just go.
Which one are you doing, Jim?
I'm catching that damn Hail Mary. We ain't got to run routes. That's not saying we got to sit there and get past them or whatever. We just got to stand there and then make a move to catch the ball.
June, he's taller than you, June.
Bro, I'm catching the ball.
Unless your vert is higher than his.
If I'm putting my elbow in his visor, whatever, I'm catching that damn ball. Cause ain't no way I'm sitting there trying to tackle Saquon and get trucked, or trying to block Aaron Donald and land at the other opposite side of the field. I'm gonna catch this damn Hail Mary and I'm gonna be safe.
Okay, well that's a tip. But Saquon, you going down?
Yeah.
All right. So I did the caption to this picture was, if these four were the candidates for the NFL MVP, who would win?
It would have to be Herbert, but Allen is right behind him. Listen, Lawrence is my number 3. I think Lawrence just needs a little bit more time, and then okay.
I would go with Josh Allen.
Yeah, Allen would be my number 1.
I would go Allen.
Yeah, I think Allen, and then Herbo.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have a game. So this game is rank the player without knowing who's coming next, right? So I know the player, so I can't rank them. So I wrote all your names down and I have 1 through 5. So we have 2 categories, quarterbacks and wide receivers. So I'm going to post a picture of a quarterback and you're going to rank them 1 through 5 without knowing who the next person is. And I'm going to write it down. Once you rank this person, you can't change your ranking, okay? All right, so we're going to start with quarterbacks. So let me go ahead and get my quarterback pictures up. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. So this is the first quarterback. So June, where do you rank this quarterback 1 through 5?
2.
Okay. Nikki?
Yeah, I was gonna go 2.
Okay, playing it safe. Okay. Frank?
He's number 1.
Okay.
This guy.
Who's next? Dak?
5. 5.
Frank said 5. Okay.
Cinco.
June?
10. Oh,
No,
my
what's
bad. 5.
Okay. Nikki?
4.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Next. I know you can't really see that. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Joe Montana.
3.
I
Three.
don't know him. That's me calling this.
All you need to know is that he went to 4 Super Bowls and won 4 rings.
Oh,
In the 80s, they were the team.
June. Nikki.
1.
June said
I
1.
actually gave him 3. I got 2, 3, 4 gone. Now I only got 1 and 5.
Yep. All right. Justin Herbert.
Shit, fuck it. 5. Fuck it. Got no choice.
I got 1. Which ones I got?
No, you have 2 and
You
4
don't
left.
got 1.
You
got
have 2 and 4. You put Mahomes number 1.
No, I was saying I got 1 Mahomes. So 2 and 4 left. I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. And then June,
Which ones do I got left?
you have 3 and 4 left.
I'm gonna go with 3.
Okay.
3 would be fair.
All right. And the last one, we have Philip Rivers. So Nikki will put him number 1.
Got to. I wish I'd have
Frank
put
will
the
put
other
him
one
number
number
4. And June will put him number 3, and then Frank will put him number 2. So for quarterback rankings, Nikki has Rivers, then Mahomes, then Montana, then Dak, then Herbert. June has Montana, then Pat, then Herbert, then Rivers, then Dak. And then Frank has Patrick Mahomes, Rivers, Montana, Herbert, Dak.
I think June had the best rate.
Montana, Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, Rivers, Dak.
Yeah. Your rating was pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. And now we have wide receivers. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging. Wait, where's my 5th wide receiver? Hold on. Oh. Oh, because I didn't send this picture to my yep. Hold on one second. I just gotta send this picture.
Sorry.
I don't know.
this is
It might
taking
be easy. It
minute
might
there.
be easy. Huh?
Did I win?
No, there's no winner. It's just you rank them
There's
without
no win.
knowing who's
But
next.
I think your
Yeah.
rating was.
All right. Now. Okay. All right. So the first person, Stephon Diggs. Where do you rank him, Nikki?
4.
June?
3.
Frank?
3.
Okay. Moss. Randy Moss.
1.
June?
2.
Nikki?
2.
Cooper Cup?
What I got available?
You have
Oh my
2,
God.
4,
You only
and
got-
5.
You only used 2.
You have 2, 4, and 5.
I'll give
I
him
have 1.
4.
Nikki?
3.
June?
4.
Okay. Jerry Rice?
2.
Nikki?
I don't know who this is. One.
You don't look at Frank's face. Jill, do you have 1 and 5 left?
1.
Okay, so everyone's 5 is going to be the same. Oh my gosh. Antonio Brown.
Oh, yeah, 5. Absolutely.
I will put Brown over Diggs.
5. I'm over his way. Well, they good.
All right. So Nikki's is Rice, Moss, Cup, Diggs, Brown. Would you guys make any changes?
Nope.
June's is Rice, Moss, Diggs, Cup, Brown. Would you make any changes?
I'll swap
Maybe
Cup and Antonio.
No, Cup and
So you'll put
Diggs.
Cup under Antonio Brown? Yeah.
No.
I would put it. I'll tell y'all mine after. I should tell y'all my quarterbacks too, since I can't play. Okay. And then Frank has Moss, Rice, Diggs, Cup, Brown.
I'll switch Cup and Diggs.
So for my quarterbacks, I would have had basically what June has. I would have had Montana, Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, Rivers, and Dak. And then for wide receivers, I would have had Rice, Moss, Brown, Cup, and Diggs. And that is the end of our episode.
Well, hey, another good week, another good topics, another good stuff. We're 39 days away from Thursday night football. It's coming fast, man. I mean, just you gotta think. Tuesday's August 1st. And the countdown. So another good week, man. I enjoyed being here.
Okay. Always a pleasure doing this with everyone. Of course, make sure you guys stay hydrated, drink water, get some well-rested rest. I'm about to take a nap after this. And I hope everyone has a good week, and hopefully more football picks coming now that training camp has started. We'll have a lot more to cover.
Look, America. It's always great being on here. Listen, I don't know. It seemed like it was taking forever for the month of August to come. And now it's here. And I'm like, let's hurry up and start this football season, right? So I am super excited. I cannot wait. I will work my schedule around Super Bowl, around football. I'm super excited. Y'all stay hydrated. Texas is crazy hot. Keep your mind on the game until next week.
And Junior, closing us out.
Well, hey, it was an amazing podcast today. I appreciate letting me go over the first couple of topics. Fabrice snatched them all from me again. She told me I wasn't good enough. Stay hydrated, like Nikki said. That this global warming stuff is real. Stay away from the aliens. If you see any like spaceships or whatnot, stay away from those. But if you see like an Eagles logo, just know that's just us doing our thing. Other than that, we got 40 days till Frank walks down the red carpet, and 39 days before the season begins. So
let's go.
Blessing.
Let's see what's up. All right. So next week.
Bye.
Can y'all see this? My parents just built this in their bedroom. That fireplace wall.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's dope. I want one.
All right, go ahead. Hit it, Nick.
Bye.